Howdy, 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 everybody. Say happy birthday to Brad while he goes out the door. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Brad. Love you, baby.
He's going down to the bathhouse.
It's my birthday. It's time for my annual bathing.
Yeah, his yearly bathing. It's August 12th, 2016. Friday morning, almost afternoon. It's 11:49 a.m. It's a very nice day out. No rain so far today. Nice blue sky, nice blue ocean I'm looking at right now. And I'm looking at the Mastiff, but keeping it real. Yesterday, let me do the weather. Holy moly. Whew. It's 84 degrees out. Real feel is 96. The high will be 87. The low will be 77. But it's a very nice day out. We just came in from sitting outside. We usually sit outside with the dogs for about an hour, hour and a half in the morning. We drink our coffee out there. We chit-chat. We check our Facebooks on our phone. You know, we watch the waves and the currents of the ocean. That kind of stuff. You know, we watch, usually, we didn't see any this morning, but usually we watch the lizards playing and catching bugs and stuff. That's always fun. The birds, and all that stuff. Yesterday we took our customary naps, and I ended up sleeping quite a while. I was really surprised. Brad finally woke me up at 6:30. I laid down at 4, and I only wanted to lay down for an hour. But I must have needed it. And then I got up. I made stroganoff from scratch, just with hamburger. You know, but I made that. This time I used the light cream cheese. I can't remember what it's called, Nafachel or something like that. I have a hard time pronouncing a lot of words because of my hearing impairment. Kind of hard to pronounce stuff if you don't know how it sounds. But anyway, I used some of that, you know, to cut down on the fat content and stuff on it. And then we had it over wheat noodles, which were very good. I bought wheat noodles, egg noodles this time because, frankly, they were on sale. They were only like less than $1 for a big bag. So, you know, I checked the rollback prices at Walmart. And you can get quite a few good deals if you're really, really looking. And like I got, what was it? 5 pounds of rice for $1.46 the beginning of the month, which was just fantastic. You know, on that, I went to the Spanish, or the, you know, the Mexican kind of spice, you know, that section, and that's where that was. Sometimes if you go to that section, you can get your spices much cheaper. You know, in the bags, you can get, you know, some of the basic ingredients a lot cheaper. So anyway, I made stroganoff. Brad really liked it. I did some looming. So this is number 2 panel for the mermaid tail. Just folded out there, you know. So yeah, this is the number 2 panel. I'm almost done with it. I will be finishing that up tonight, and then tomorrow I will be making the fin, the bottom fin. And then Sunday I will be attaching it all and finishing it up. So Monday it's going in the mail. So that'll be awesome. And another thing I wanted to show you guys is what I started doing to it. You know, you always have the little scraps of yarn. You know, I'm talking, when I'm saying scrap yarn that you can't use is like this wide. If you also can still use it. What I've gone in, because I'm always using baby wipes, because I you know, especially I used them even in Wyoming, but I use them even more now. With the humidity and stuff, I hate feeling sweaty at all. And so I'm always freshening up. And I always have containers of these baby wipes empty. Now I usually buy, you know, just a refill pack, but I had 2 containers like this. I only needed 1. So what I did was I popped the clothing part off, and you wouldn't have to if you don't want to. And I mean, it just pops on and off. But I popped it off. It leaves this lovely little opening for all those little pieces of yarn. And then when I get a whole bunch, I can use them for stuffing. I can mix them in with my polyfill. Now, when I was in Wyoming, I put them out for the birds. But here, I figure they've got so much nesting material, they probably don't. And if I was living on in a normal house, I would still. But here, I don't think that the RV park wants the little pieces of yarn everywhere. So, you know, so this works out really well. I just put them right in there. You can use it for your little pieces of thread if you do sewing and whatnot. So, you know, or any kind of little trash stuff as you're crafting. Works out great in here. Like I said, you could leave the hinge lid on too. I just happened to take it off. So, I've been wanting to show you guys that for a while, and I haven't gotten to. I watched some more Netflix last night, some more YouTube videos, some of the Olympics. Yesterday, Brad gave Nixie a bath because she seemed to be real uncomfortable and kind of itchy. So, gave her a bath. And then I took a bath late last night, you know. Always really enjoyed that. So that was about the extent. Brad just watched some of the Olympics, and he did some reading. He stopped reading for quite a few years. He's always been a very avid reader, but he stopped reading for quite a few years because he was having so much trouble with his vision wearing glasses. Now he discovered that if he takes the glasses off, he can read better. So he's really enjoying getting back into his love of reading. I'm reading that Roseanne Barr book, and so far, way too much back history on the whole family and grandparents. I don't know. I'm really having trouble getting it to be able to hold my attention on it right now. So I'm skipping over because, like, you know, I wanted to know about her, not her whole family and stuff. I mean, back with great grandparents and grandparents. This is written by her sister, so, you know, we'll see. Today, like I said, is Brad's birthday. I'm not going to say how old he is, I don't have his permission. Let's just say I'm 52 and he's 4 years older than me. Do the math. I'm going to make him some applesauce pancakes. Since we're very tight on money, we're not doing birthday gifts right now. When things get better, maybe in a few months, then we'll probably have kind of a combination birthday celebration anniversary, because we're not doing anything for our anniversary, which is tomorrow, and it will be 28 years that we've been married. You know, but we have each other, and that's gift enough. So I'm making he loves pancakes, so I'm making some applesauce pancakes. I'm going to do the housework today. I told him it's your birthday. I don't want you to do the help with the housework. I'm going to do it, and then I'll get on my looming. You know, because I wanted to have him to look up some stuff anyway, because, you know, we have to go up to Tallahassee on the 17th for him to have all of his x-rays and MRIs, whatever, for the back. And so, you know, he needs to look up the route and kind of decide, you know, how we're going to get some money to get up there. You know, so he's looking at selling, you know, a few things he has. I don't have anything I can sell. But, you know, that's life, and you do what you have to do. One of the things is happiness is up to each one of us. There is not a person that can make you happy. There's not a material thing that can make you happy. Yes, it can make you momentarily happy, and so can a person, but it's up to each one of us to find our happiness in whatever that is. Even if you move, the things that you were making, a lot of the things that were making you unhappy with where you were living, whether it was relationships, whatever, that's still going to be, whatever was bothering you inside. It doesn't matter where you move to, or what job you change, or what you buy, or anything. It's still going to be eating at you until you resolve what I call that internal conflict. And I have always, for so many years, had so much of it. And really have spent the last year really working so hard through it. And it really came to a head shortly after we moved here. I think once that you leave so many other things behind, and you're faced with a whole new living dynamic, whatever at the core was your internal conflict really comes out. You guys remember not too long after we moved here, about maybe a month into it, I was really fighting the depression. I was off my anxiety antidepressant, and as I take a very low dose of Lexapro, and you have to resolve that within yourself. So many of us keep looking for, well, if I buy this, I'm going to be happy. If I go on this vacation, I'll be happy. Yes, you're going to be happy momentarily, but not just happy in your core. I mean, you've got to just resolve your internal conflicts. Resolve what really at the core is bothering you. And it's not so much what other people have done. Now, there's some people that, yes, they've had some horrific things happen, and I'm not negating that at all. But a lot of us, it's just kind of a lot of small stuff that all builds up, and you have to come to peace with it. You have to forgive whoever, people that did. You have to, if you can, forgive, and this is just my viewpoint, forgive whatever people have done to you. Not so much for them, but for you. And sometimes I even think, I don't actually even tell those people that I forgive them, but just in my mind, I just say, I forgive you. And it does lift off, for me, a huge burden off of my heart and off of my psychological well-being, that, I'm at peace with it. That now can be put to rest. Because I think so many times we all keep thinking about the past way too much. And we all say, well, the past is the past. And we tell our friends and our family members that the past is the past. But so many times we're still living in the past of things that happened. It's just like if you have a conflict with somebody, then you stay right where that conflict was. You don't sit and realize that was 5 years ago, and they probably have changed dramatically. We all change. It's just like, if somebody, and there's been different people that, because I'm far from perfect, have different issues with me, but don't leave me stuck in 10 years ago when I said something. I'm dramatically different than I was 10 years ago. I mean, that would be just like, I don't know, keeping somebody at the age of 18 when they did something wrong or made a life choice that you didn't agree with, and you don't realize that now they're 30-something years old and have dramatically changed. I mean, think about what we all were like when we were young. I mean, and I think as a parent, a lot of times it's really hard for us to realize that our children are grown and they are now adults. because you still kind of envision them being 6 years old. Or maybe when they were 12, they said they were never leaving home, they were never moving out, Well, that was when they were 12, and we all say things like that, and then as you mature and stuff, and you get older, in your later teens, you're counting down the days until you move out. Most of us, anyway, are counting down the days till we can move out and we can have a say-so in our life. And it's a very hard step as a parent, and I know I struggled with it, and most parents do, of letting go. Saying, I've done all I can do with my child. Now the rest is up to them, because now they're no longer a child. They are an adult. And it is up to them to make the choices that they're going to make. I mean, you don't even need to tell them how they should do stuff. If they come to you and they ask for your opinion or your guidance, terrific. But if they don't, with me, I just know that my daughters have a really good, are really smart and have really good head on their shoulder, and I did what I could do, and no, I wasn't a perfect parent by far, and but at the time I did the very best that I knew how to do, and they're fine. And I think it's very beautiful watching your now adult children flourish, have their own family, have their own career. I was always basically a homemaker. That's what I loved doing. I loved being home. I loved baking the cookies, making the hot chocolate with marshmallows on those cold, snowy days, and all of that. But both of my daughters have always worked full time. And that is their choice, and they've done great with it. They're career women, and, they have families, and it's a whole different dynamic, and doesn't mean my way was right, their way was right. I think it's great what they do. We're all very different, but to let go of your children and say, you know what, now you're an adult, you're making your own decision. Think about it when you have trouble letting go of your child, that being 18 or being 21 or whatever age, they're old enough to join the military and fight for our country. They're old enough to vote. They're old enough to do all of the adult things, so we need to let them do it. And like I said, I know it's so hard. I know it is. Had a lot of sleepless nights. I used to worry when my children were much younger and stuff, when they were in their late teens and early 20s and stuff. And sometimes you just gotta, not dwell on it, not worry, because it'll make you sick to your stomach. I mean, you're worried about where are they? They aren't home yet. They don't live at home anymore, so you don't know where they are. And you just gotta basically turn it over to God or whoever you believe in, and that it'll all be okay, And if not, you'll be there for them, Like I said, I try really hard not to meddle in my children's life. If they want to talk to me about something, great. If they don't, I don't ask even any prying questions, I learned the hard way, because I used to, want to know everything, and that basically kind of makes them shut down and clam up, and because they don't want to feel judged. Nobody does. So now it's just kind of like, I don't ask questions. If they want to talk about something and share stuff about their life, great. If not, I give them that respect, that it's their life, and and I'm just their mom, and I don't need to know every aspect of their life, and they don't need my approval or disapproval on life. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. It's been on my mind for a few days, about, being now a woman, that has children. Both of my daughters are in their 30s now, that just to share a little limelight on, what it's like now that they're older, and their life is definitely set, and they have different goals and stuff that they're doing. I also don't burden my children with, I don't try to guilt them into staying. I don't try to guilt them into, and neither does Brad, into that they should feel bad for it. They don't even know the whole realm of our physical problems, or they don't even know that we've been having some tight times here. I don't share that with them. They don't need to know that. I don't want them to worry about it. I don't want to ever be a burden on my children. I want them to lead their life fully and enjoy life and enjoy their children and stuff. I don't want them to feel like, well, if you love me, you'll stay. If you love me, you'll do this. If you love me, you'll take care of me. Because, no, to me, my children have a right to have their own life fully. I do not want to be a burden. We have taken great steps to make sure that we are not going to be a burden to our children. I don't want to have them have to do that. I would rather go in an assisted living or something like that before, they have their own life. They have their own wishes and dreams and stuff. And like I said, I don't need to burden them with our health concerns. I might once in a while tell them a little bit, but like that, they don't know the whole realm of how bad their dad's back and neuropathy and stuff. Brad shared with me last night. If you guys noticed that I've been talking about doing more stuff, he was trying to hide the actual how bad the back pain is, and he actually, with the neuropathy, he finally shared with me yesterday that it's going in his hands now. More so in his left hand. On a couple of his fingers now have gone numb. And then sometimes on his right hand, some of the fingers are going numb. That explains why he's having a lot of trouble doing stuff. Because I asked him a few weeks ago, I said, what happened? You used to be so fast with your hands. I mean, he was a checker for so many years and stuff. He was very, very fast with his hands. And it's a neuropathy. So I've been taking on more of the housework. I've been taking on more of lifting and carrying and trying to do that stuff to help him. Like today, he's in a lot of back pain, so that's another reason why I want to have him sit and I'll do the housework. And he's worried because he's like, well, you have these orders. And I'm like, the housework doesn't take that long. Just let me do this, because we're a team and we just have to try and do the very best that we can do. So anyway, I just wanted to share my viewpoint on adult children and making your own happiness, And I know so many parents kind of, have trouble separating yourself from your child's life. And you got to take a step and let them do their own life and their own dreams and hopes and stuff without the fear that you're going to be so disapproving that, they don't need that. They're trying to figure out their own little way in life, just like we had to figure out. And Lord, I think about when I was 18 or 20. I got married when I was 18. By the time I was 21, I had 2 children. I had a newborn and I had a 2-year-old. And, yeah. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. And I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship. And a friend of mine made a suggestion. She said she has 2 cats and 2 Maine Coon cats, and she has to do their cat litter box every day. And maybe that's just he's gotten kind of fussy about that. I don't know. So I'm gonna give that a try. If I have to do the cat litter box every day, I'll do the cat litter box every day. It's not that big of a deal. So I am going to take that under advisement and do that. So anyway, I'm going to get off here so I can go make Mr. Heide his birthday pancake. And remember, I think you guys are all awesome and I do cherish your friendship. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.